Welcome to this episode of History in Quotes. If you enjoy our content, please subscribe to our channel, hit the thumbs up vote, and use the bell icon to get notifications. Aristotle was a renowned Greek philosopher and scientist who made significant contributions to various fields, including biology, ethics, politics, metaphysics, and logic. As a student of Plato, he eventually became the tutor of Alexander the Great. Aristotle's extensive work spanned diverse topics, from biology and natural science to ethics and politics. He delved deeply into the nature of reality and knowledge, and his profound influence on Western philosophy is still felt today. Among his many accomplishments, Aristotle developed the concept of logic and introduced the idea of causality. He also advocated the notion of teleology, which posits that everything in nature has a purpose or goal. In this episode, we look at 10 quotes and achievements attributed to this early philosopher. 1. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. Aristotle asserted that excellence is not something achieved by a single act of brilliance or effort, but rather the result of consistent and deliberate practice. Excellence is not a one-time event but a way of life. By cultivating good habits, we can achieve excellence in all aspects of our lives. 2. Developed a system of logic. Aristotle created a system of logic called organon, which translates to instrument or tool. This set of principles and techniques aim to help people reason and construct sound arguments. Based on the concept of syllogism, a logical argument consisting of three parts, his system of logic identified several principles and techniques still employed today. 3. The more you know you don't know. Aristotle emphasized that knowledge is infinite, and the more we learn, the more it is apparent how much we don't know. From the human perspective, the acquisition of knowledge is a never-ending process. To Aristotle, true knowledge did not just involve merely accumulating facts, but also understanding the fundamental principles and connections that govern the world around us. As we learn more, we start to understand the complexity and interconnectedness of all things, and the limitation of our knowledge becomes apparent. 4. Classification of living organisms. Aristotle's classification system introduced the concept of the scala naturae or natural ladder. A principle that posits all living things can be arranged in a hierarchy according to their complexity or perfection. The most complex and perfect beings are at the top, while the simplest and least perfect were at the bottom. There were 3 steps to his classification. Aristotle identified various individual species of living organisms. Species with similar physical characteristics were put together in a group known as genus. Finally, everything was allocated into one of 2 kingdoms, the animal kingdom, or the plant kingdom. For example, wolves and coyotes are individual and separate species, but sufficiently dog-like to be part of the genus Canis, which in turn was part of the animal kingdom. 5. Man is by nature a social animal. Aristotle believed that humans are inherently inclined to live in society and form social bonds with one another. He maintained that socialization is vital to human flourishing and that social relationships offer individuals the opportunity to develop their potential and attain happiness. According to Aristotle, humans differ from other animals in our capacity to reason and communicate, which enables us to establish complex societies and engage in social cooperation. He argued that the family unit serves as the foundation of society and that individuals have a natural inclination to form communities and collaborate to achieve shared goals. 6. Wrote extensively on ethics. Aristotle's ethical philosophy revolves around the concept of eudaimonia, often translated as happiness or flourishing. He posited that this is the goal of human life and attainable through living a virtuous life. He identified various virtues, such as courage, wisdom, justice, and temperance, and believing that these virtues could be developed through practice and habituation. Additionally, Aristotle emphasized the importance of finding a balance between extremes, known as the golden mean. For instance, courage is a virtue, but recklessness and cowardice are opposing extremes on the scale of courage and should be avoided. The golden mean for courage is a balanced level of bravery, without putting one's self at risk, appropriate to the situation. 7. All human actions have one or more of these 7 causes. According to Aristotle, all human actions can be attributed to one or more of these 7 causes: chance, nature, compulsion, habit, reason, passion, and desire. Chance refers to actions beyond our control, occurring randomly or unexpectedly. Nature encompasses actions determined by our biological or physical makeup, such as instincts or reflexes. Compulsion involves actions forced upon us, like those resulting from coercion or threat. Habit pertains to actions that have become routine or automatic due to repeated practice. Reason relates to actions based on rational thought or deliberation. Passion describes actions driven by emotions or intense feelings. Finally, desire refers to actions motivated by our wants or needs. By examining these various factors, we can gain insight into our own actions and those of others. 8. Influenced political thought. Aristotle's work on politics and government profoundly impacted political thought in the Western world. His ideas on the ideal form of government and individuals' roles in society continue to spark debate and discussion. In his seminal work, Politics, Aristotle explored various types of government, such as monarchy, aristocracy, and constitutional government. He argued that the best form of government is one that serves the common good and promotes the well-being of its citizens. Aristotle also introduced the concept of the polis, or city-state, as the ideal political community in which citizens can actively participate in governance and contribute to the common good. Furthermore, he emphasized the importance of a strong legal system, the rule of law, and the cultivation of civic virtues as crucial elements in establishing a stable and just society. These principles have not only shaped the development of political thought over the centuries but also continue to influence contemporary discussions on governance and the role of the state. 9. Taught Alexander the Great. Alexander was the son of King Philip II of Macedon, and a student of Aristotle from ages 13 to 16. Throughout this period, Aristotle taught Alexander a wide array of subjects, including mathematics, philosophy, politics, and ethics. He believed that a good education should provide a comprehensive understanding of the world and prepare students to become effective leaders. One of Aristotle's most significant contributions to Alexander's education was introducing him to philosophy. He acquainted Alexander with the works of renowned philosophers like Plato and Socrates, encouraging him to think critically about the world. Aristotle also taught Alexander the principles of logic and rhetoric, essential skills for any leader. 10. Those who know, do. Those that understand, teach. The quote suggests that there are two distinct levels. The first is knowing and the second is really understanding that knowledge. Those who know are able to perform tasks or apply their knowledge in practice. They have the necessary information and skills to get things done. However, those who understand possess a deeper comprehension of the subject matter. They not only know how to do something but also understand the underlying principles, concepts, and reasoning behind it. As a result, those who understand are better suited to teach others. They can explain complex ideas, break down difficult concepts, answer questions and guide their students towards their own deeper understanding. That just about wraps things up for this episode of History in Quotes. If you enjoy our content, please subscribe to our channel, hit the thumbs up vote, and use the bell icon to get notifications.